beautiful, Elizabeth. And I'm sorry, what's the pianist's name?
Dominic.
Dominic, very nice, beautiful also. I really enjoyed the performance. Elizabeth, you have a beautiful sound, a very good intonation, and you do wonderful musical things with this. We only have about 10 minutes or so to work, so I'll try to make just a couple of points. So for me, the shape and architecture of this piece is very important and does a lot to help us put this piece across. We go from pianissimo at the beginning to fortissimo through 4 lines later. And one of the wonderful things about playing the viola is that we have so much control over various things that we can do with our sound. We can control the sound with the speed of the bow, with arm weight, with sounding port. We can control the speed of vibrato, width of vibrato, timing, the way you start notes. And you did many of these things, but I would like to really be able to hear how you progress from that pianissimo at the beginning, and the crescendo to the forte, and the crescendo to the fortissimo. I especially felt like you could change your vibrato a little bit more as you go from the bottom up to the top, so we can really hear each step along the way. And perhaps also you could change your bow speed a little bit more too. So we hear you really using all your bows, maybe faster bow speeds at the beginning when you get to those high 6 at the fortissimo. So may I have you try one more time? Maybe we'll do the whole first section again with you really focusing on how you construct the architecture. It's one big arch over this section we're about to do, but especially with your vibrato and with your bow speed. That's just a little too loud for a pianissimo at the beginning. Okay. You know, to me, this piece has a very tender feeling at the beginning, and if you don't play so much here, you'll have more room to grow up to the fortissimo. Okay, one more time. So on that last line you just did, where you got to that octave fortissimo, that was great. You really had a big, strong sound there. I know he says piano and then pianissimo, but is there some way maybe you could parcel that diminuendo out over all 4 or 6 of those bars? It seemed like it dropped down to one level and then just stayed from there. So maybe we'll think of that as one of the upper levels of piano on that E flat octave, and then stay a little bit more so you can carry the line all the way through, because Dominic has to go even further yet. Would you mind starting right on that octave G? Let's talk about shifting for a second. So as one goes from one position to the next, one can easily hide a shift by making a break with the bow. But if we wanted to keep on going, then you have to keep the bow sustained. So there was a shift from the end of the second line to the third line. I think you went up to O3 there. Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And I heard a little more break than I wanted. Okay, yeah. So would you try that once by yourself? And see if you can get the sound of the shift that you want, but with still a sustained sound. Good. Okay, so you had a little slide, and that's okay. I just want to make sure is that what you want musically?
No.
Okay. I mean, it could work. If you don't want that, then so the timing of shifts is something that's very important to us. You don't finish the notes that you're on, you start worrying about the shift, and you jump up there, and then you have more slide. So in essence, I want you to try thinking of doing the shift at the start of the next note if you don't want to have that slide. So of course the shift will still come before the note, but it's a way of fooling you, or you fooling yourself into shifting a little bit later. It's the rushing of the shift that makes the slide happen right now. You want to try that? So you think of starting the shift on the D. Good, good, okay. But still there was a little break with your bow. See if you can sustain all the way through with your bow. Great, good, that's the idea. So I often have my students work on shifts, like say that shift. I might have them exaggerate the release of the finger first and do a slow slide, an early slide, and then a little bit later, until they get the timing that they want. Okay, it's a way of learning to control the timing of the shift. Okay, I'm jumping around quickly to some different points here. I was a little suspicious that you clenched with your teeth when you play. But will you play just a little bit of some forte passage for me, just by yourself, and kind of keep your teeth apart? Good. So your teeth were apart, and did that feel normal to you? Was that different than normal?
It felt a bit weird.
Okay, so that was different. Okay, so that is something that you should think about changing, or at least talk to your teacher about changing. Your teeth can exert almost 300 pounds of pressure. Okay, wow. So it can be bad for your teeth, it can wear your teeth down, it can give you pain in your jaw, and plus that extra tension is not good for your playing either. Okay? How am I doing on time? Okay. So this is beautiful playing, and Dominic also, I thought it was terrific, and I enjoyed working with you.
Thank you very much.